All set.
Good afternoon. I'm now going to call the Wednesday, September 24th, 2025 meeting of the Norfolk County Commissioners to order. Welcome. I'm going to read the executive order on remote participation. On March 28th, 2025, Governor Healy signed into law House Bill 62, an act relative to extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, which includes a 2-year extension of the option for public bodies to hold remote meetings by suspending certain provisions of the Mass Open Meeting Law, Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Sections 18 to 25. That action was effective immediately, extending the current option for remote meetings through June 30th, 2025. 27, June 30th, 2027. Thank you. You all rise and join me in the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
To the republic
for
for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Commissioner Stady.
I am present, sir.
Commissioner Collins.
Present.
Commissioner Shea is present. No executive session today. Number 4, minutes of the open session meeting of September 17th.
Mr. Chair, I'll move approval of the open session meeting minutes of September 17 as presented.
Second. Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
We have no appointments.
No, sir.
Okay. Do we want a motion to
Public comment.
take out of order item number
Wait,
10?
public comment.
Yeah, we can go now. Sure.
Yeah, let's go now in case someone has public comment.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make a motion. Move to number 10. Discussion of possible vote of non-union employee cost of living adjustment. We'll go back to number 6 after that.
All right. Fine.
Motion to amend, change the agenda and go to item number 10. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item number 10 is before us. Discussion and possible vote on non-union employees cost of living. Gentlemen, in your packet is a list of the 38 people. I believe it's been checked and rechecked.
It has.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that are eligible, should the county. I had it in my hand a minute ago.
It's in your packet.
Should the county, want to choose to do it, I think it is our, right, I'm sorry, it's right here. It is our tradition. I mean, again, I think it's only fair. I want to congratulate the team that put together the various contracts. They went as well as can be expected, and I think by and large it did. We settled with the teachers last week. We settled with the engineers 2 weeks ago. We settled with the registry and the maintenance sometime in the summer. So it was all in all a fruitful session, and that will give us a structure for the 3 years. And it's necessary for, budget planning and everything else that goes along with it. So if you
That's a question.
if you want to see it, go
May I
ahead.
ask a question through you, to the chair, to the director? So 2 things. I'm just checking. We checked to make sure no one was left out of joining meetings. And the second thing, is this going to be for a 3-year period?
No,
Or is this
it's a 1
each
year.
So 1 year. But the one,
We voted every year.
every year we voted. Okay.
I'm sorry, that's a very good point, Dick.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
it was for 1 year.
Okay. Just
And then next year we do it again
we have to re-vote it each year.
because we
right?
can't forecast. Right.
That's what I thought. Okay.
The effect of what will be for fiscal year 27 or fiscal year 28 will be embedded in the annual budget, which you will vote on.
Okay.
So it's not an explicit vote like today because you're amending the FY 26 budget
Gotcha.
through this action.
All right. Very good. I'm all set.
Okay, motion's in order. If you're
Mr.
ready.
Chairman, if you wish, I'll be pleased to make the motion
Sure.
as follows. I move to approve the non-union cost of living adjustment, COLA, inclusive of a 3% adjustment and position wage adjustment as presented, all totaling the sum of $120,106.78 and retroactive to July 1, 2025. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. I'm sorry. Motion made and seconded. If possible, vote on, for a vote on the non-union employee cost of living adjustment, 7%. Motion made and seconded.
No, 3%.
3%.
3%.
It went to 7.
Yes. They'd like 7, so
It went to 7.
they'd throw with 7. But it's 3% as presented.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. And the sum was 120,106.78.
Where did I get 7 from?
I don't know.
I'm certain I didn't get it from you.
The motion was made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
it's done. Thank you.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you, ladies.
Next week it will be in.
Oh,
Should be.
no, that's a payroll question.
I believe it may be in the October 8th payroll.
Might be the
Eighth,
week
we're told.
after,
Yeah.
I don't want to shove you off to the treasurer, but it's up to, we think we're told it's October 8th. All right.
Retroactive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, take care now. Nice to see you.
Okay, back to,
Number 5,
number 6, public comment.
number 6, public comment. Each week we have a session on our agenda for public comment. Anyone who attends our meetings, either remotely or in person, is entitled or wants to make public comment, please come forward now. It's a good time to come forward. And Commissioner, Director.
The feedback I got was from our favorite Dedham resident, Carla,
Okay,
Foley, who I've been in touch with relative
I
to
saw
some
that.
planning we're doing for the municipal lot, in exchanging voicemails, but she, I believe has some interest in the pre-work that is planned for that lot. So I'll continue to dialogue with her. I owe her a phone call, but she's acutely aware of what we're trying to do and we want to keep our neighbors happy. So I'll let you know if anything comes up, but that is the only public feedback I received this week. Thank you.
okay, last call for public comment. Seeing none, we'll go to number
7.
7, old business. I have no old business. Gonna go to number 8.
Mr. Chairman, please make the following motions under
Personnel matters. Thank
Item
you.
eight. First, in information technology, I would move the appointment of Scott Machado as network administrator at the rate stated, effective date to be 9/29/25. Scott is replacing Dallas Bray. Motion moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Next.
In the registry of deeds, I move, Mr. Chairman, notice of appointment for Thomas Carter as senior clerk, effective at the rate stated, effective 9/29/25, replacing Carol Graham. So moved.
Sorry.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye. And third, I will move, Mr. Chairman, at the Wallaston Recreational Facility, the approval of the notice of resignation of Christine Ryan as seasonal golf course associate at the rate stated, effective date 9/4/25. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
That's it. That concludes the appointments for consideration.
Okay, as a little extra here, I don't think it's on the agenda, but it is in front of you. No, we're honoring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people from the school on anniversary years, if you want to read them off.
You want to read it off? Or you want to read it off, Richard?
Yeah, I'll be glad to. Sure.
It's right.
Milestones in September. We want to congratulate the following individuals from the Norfolk County Agricultural School. The first one is Casey Butler on her 15th year of service with a high date of 2010. Steph Fierro, 15 years of service, high date of 2010. Jessica McGarry, 15 years of service, 2010. And Samuel Stupak, of also 15 years of service, high date 2010. And a special congratulations to Diane Spain, who is now entering or concluding her 30th year of service with a higher date of 1995. Congratulations, those individuals. Outstanding.
Excellent.
Wish them well.
8, payroll expense warrants for approval.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, we move the following for the warrant list of 9/24/25. First one, we have 3 items. 26 12, move approval of the payroll of the county, the sum $152,229.57. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
The second item, payroll of the school, 26 12, parentheses 6.1. The sum of $7,185.16. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
And the final item is the expense of the county of 09-04-26. The sum $63,123.18. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
That concludes that, Mr.
Thank you.
Chairman.
Number 11, memorandum of understanding between Norfolk County Commissioners and the Norfolk County Agricultural High School Board of Trustees for capital fund payments. I'm going to ask the director to explain this. It is copy in your memo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, Commissioners. In your packet, as Chairman Shea indicated, is a draft copy of an MOU that I prepared for your review. Like any feedback you may have within the next week or so. This document was referenced over the last several weeks as the latest supplemental budget before you and the advisory board was prepared. As you may recall, in that supplemental, we included a proposed FY26 capital plan, inclusive of potentially $450,000 for the agricultural high school. Last spring, I broached the issue of perhaps engaging the schools through a more formal memorandum of understanding on how the funds, when they're conveyed to the school, could be best met with long-term planning and investment. The then superintendent, John Martin, enthusiastically embraced the idea. Recently, when I onboarded with the new superintendent, Jeremy Gay, I talked about this concept in more detail, and he mirrored Mr. Martin's enthusiasm. So before you is a draft that seeks to try to place some level of agreed upon terms that the annual capital budget relationship between the county and the schools will work. I'll go through it very briefly. Whereas the county agricultural high school, the Aggie, is owned by the county of Norfolk, and as commission is elected to oversee all assets and related operations of the county, not otherwise described in general law, the county seeks to provide for a process wherein the county funds so designated each year for capital improvements by the Norfolk County Commissioners will be deposited into a fund for certain capital improvements detailed within this memorandum of understanding. The county recognizes the demand for facility improvements and the challenge of identifying funds to address these needs against increasing costs with such improvements and repairs. The county will evaluate the availability of surplus funds each year and determine what amount may be available for the Aggie appropriation into the Aggie Capital Fund, subject to approval of the County Advisory Board. Upon a vote of the Commission and the Advisory Board, said funds will be transferred into the Aggie Capital Fund. These funds are to be used for large capital projects that singularly exceed $500,000. Through this process, the county does not expect annual expenditure activity, rather encourages minimal to emergent use coupled with long-term capital planning use. The county recognizes that these annual contributions should be allowed to accumulate over multiple years to provide for relief of any such large-scale capital project that would otherwise require bonding or some other borrowing obligation. The county strongly encouraged the Aggie to create a campus facility capital plan that can identify all major capital assessment needs, replacement costs, and prioritization schedule. Said plan will provide all parties with shared vision and goals for the use of these funds. SMOU also acknowledges that annual contributions are not guaranteed. The availability of surplus funds to be considered are a function of economic factors that rise and fall. Further, the SMOU does not bind the county to any maximum or minimum annual contribution. And finally, the county expects the Aggie to address small-scale capital needs through its annual operating budget. This includes projects that would be valued below $500,000. Through this board, Mr. Chair, I would ask for your feedback, and if hearing none, I'll present it back to you for your signature in an upcoming meeting upon a vote. And at that time, we'll convey this to the agricultural school through the superintendent for the trustees'
Okay,
consideration.
so we're going to take this under advisement.
Please,
and
yes.
then have these discussions before a vote is taken. Okay, commissioners, a comment, please.
Quick question if I could, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
through you, of course. So first of all, I like the agreement as drafted. It's a great step forward for us. I think we all agree on that. As commissioners and trustees. With the funding of the money that we're going to put aside, where would you envision this coming from? If we're going to commit a certain amount, would that be like surplus revenue or from our long-term capital that will transfer in, or how would that play out each year so we can make a dedicated, are we going to be committing to a certain amount each year to
No.
put it in there?
No, the
We're not.
MOU
Okay.
specifically states that.
Okay,
The source would be from the former. That would be surplus funds.
Surplus
Any
funds.
given economic year, the county may find itself in a situation where we may have a robust capital plan. And we intend at that time to evaluate the contribution of some of the funds towards this capital fund of the schools.
so if
So
I'm
it's
hearing you
surplus
right,
funds.
it's not being argumentative, just trying to clarify. So our surplus funds, as we know, go to other things too, to offset COLA raises and things of that sort. I mean, they come up with different things, but we're going to say if we have even beyond that, we're going to put a certain amount into this capital
Each-
fund.
In effect, yes. Each year, the treasurer announces a surplus.
Right.
And depending upon the scope of that surplus, it dictates whether or not we hold just enough because it's relatively small for
Mm.
supplemental needs, or if it expands in its scope to include capital funded projects. Like this year, for example, we did not have these resources last year. We did pretty good close at FY25. So it opened up the opportunity to pour money into the capital plan. If there's no capital plan, there would be no contribution, Richard.
So on a local level, analogous, is it like a stabilization fund? You know, towns do that. They have different stabilization
I don't
funds.
want to use the word stabilization because
go
that
ahead.
triggers a whole general law
Okay.
conversation. It's a capital fund.
Capital
The
fund.
schools have a capital fund. It's
Okay.
minimally funded. So we're looking to move these into that fund for these purposes. And
Right.
with both the trustees and the commissioners agreeing in part to how it's used, I think it'll achieve the desired goal of allowing the schools to build up a sizable balance of funds for use on large capital projects.
All right, last question. Great job. Thank you. Let's say we get a surplus of, I don't know, 300,000 one year, right? Say it was, or 200,000. Is the school, do we expect the school to match that? Can they go under it, above it? What's the
No,
school's
not
obligation?
necessarily. The schools carry their own level of ebb and flow balances and surpluses in any given year. Those surpluses are used for a variety of reasons. We intend to allow the schools to maintain that surplus that they create for their own small project use. They typically do their own on property maintenance and upgrades. I'd say 5 figures, at a time. This is above and beyond that. This
Who
is
pulls the
separate.
trigger when it gets to a certain point to spend the money? Is it the commissioners
The
or the
trustees.
trustees?
Mhm.
The trustees.
Mhm.
Okay, so if say I get up to 1 million or something like that, trustees could then say, hey, we want to
Yeah, I
tackle something.
mean, ultimately, the trustees and the schools will have to put forth a plan to the advisory board that they would like to engage a project, for example, of $1 million on a new roof or something along that lines.
Okay. Okay. I'm good. Thank you.
I'm all set. You want to make a motion to take it under advisement?
Oh, yes, yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I'll make the move that we, as indicated, put under advisement the memorandum of understanding between Norfolk Commissioners and the Norfolk County High School Board of Trustees for capital fund payments until next week, or just
Sure, next week's fine. Yep.
the next week being.
Okay, second.
Motion made and seconded to take this memorandum of understanding between the Norfolk County Agricultural High School and the Norfolk County Commissioners relative to capital funding at the school under advisement for further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Number 12. Report of the procedural department, procurement department for bid openings and contract awards. We had none this week. Thank you. Number 13, report of the county director.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a few items for the commissioner's attention. Just an FYI, it did circulate to the commissioners, not for topic of discussion today, but as a monitoring item. The Norfolk County Retirement Board issued a latest draft of actuarial table costs. This particular table includes projected costs for FY27 and beyond. I met and talked with our representative, Mr. Connors, who, between myself and he, have reached out to retirement board personnel to try to get some answers to some questions relative to the development of that number. I'll report back when I learn more about the answers to those questions. Some of the questions are very, very similar to what we went through a year ago, so hoping we have a favorable outcome as we look at it. The commission should be advised that Lucille Cassis, our RCP director, has notified us she intends to apply for a MassDOT grant. This particular grant is known as the Community Transit Grant and Mobility Management Cycle. It's a relatively small grant. It's $10,000. It requires a 20% match, which we can handle. But if we're successful, we believe it will augment or supplement some of the rideshare costs that the RSVP program currently receives through the federal grant. As you may know, we typically have a high demand and low supply. So we're hoping that this program can help augment that service. So we'll watch this process unfold as Lucille submits the application. I believe it's due by November 7th. Just a heads up, we hired a plumber a month or two ago, and Jim's been very busy. One of the projects we set him off on is rather large, expansive one of the Rentham District Court. The toilets in one of the rooms down there has not been updated since it was originally built. He has been jackhammering and going at it. He's doing a large job by himself. No outside help. Our engineer staff is going to work with him to get architectural drawings for the building permit approval. Jim's doing great work. He stops by, shows us pictures. It's heavy. He's doing a lot of great work, and I just want to call him up because he's doing a nice job right out of the gate.
Jim the plumber.
Yes, sir. Commissioners, I do have some remaining funds left in a COVID account that was originally used to fund COVID test kits. We haven't purchased those in well over a year, but I believe as we enter the final year of expenditures against those funds, I'll be initiating a purchase for COVID test kits. COVID is still with us. We've seen it recently in our midst, and I intend to follow the same path of buying a large batch and distributing them to our employees. So look for that in the next couple of weeks. We'll be placing the order hopefully by the end of the week, and I'll give you more details as
And the reason for is the kits are dated and the others expired last July, for instance.
Right.
Okay, so and we're fighting the fight here, a little brush with it.
Mhm.
So we're gonna
It's coming back.
We're gonna gear up.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
That's it.
So more on that distribution process as soon as they learn when we're going to receive what we ordered or what we will order. Just an alert, the Commissioners Association, as you know, created an executive board. There's a meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock virtually with Plymouth County stakeholders. I'll report back to the commissioners on what that process is. We should probably target sometime in December for our next association meeting. But the executive board did have some tasks laid out to it, so I'll be communicating with you individually about that as we get ready for the December meeting. Next week, I hope to give you a more thorough update, but I want to alert you that there's some active ARPA monitoring activity going on with our communities that have received funds. I had a conference call with Bill Galvin last week. We've tasked him with following up on with, I believe, 17 communities who have been given grants that have reported the grants to have been completed, but our latest information shows that they are sitting on unspent funds. So the question is, are those unspent funds now available for clawback, for reuse, or are they looking to apply them to maybe last invoices? Bill's hustling through each of those communities. He'll report back what the outcome is, but I'll show you what this means on a grander scale next week when we do an ARPA monitoring update. And finally, I just wanted to take this opportunity, commissioners, to pass along my best wishes to Michelle Abadini, whose last day is today. For 7 years, she's been your human resources director. She's done an unbelievable job. Lots of progress on her watch. She's been a pleasure to work with, a true professional. Braintree's getting a plus player. The commissioners may know we posted her position. We are active. I've completed 3 interviews, 1 more early next week. And I'm likely looking at second round interviews in early October. So we're doing our part to try and fill those big shoes, but I wanted to publicly state my best wishes to Michelle. I will really miss her and look forward to hearing from her down the road. But thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. That's all I have this afternoon. For an update.
And we have an interim person you mentioned last week.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I sent out an all-staff email. Mike McGovern is hired interim on a contract. He's here 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Maureen Lyden will be here on Monday through Friday, but filling in on Tuesdays and Thursdays for any HR needs. So we believe that through this bridge arrangement, we have HR covered. Many of the heavy lifting items are now complete with your actions today on the non-union COLA and so forth. So we believe it's a good time for this type of transition. But yes, thank you for pointing that out. Mike's contact information has been shared.
He's got a lot of experience at Dr. Sway. Next,
That is all I have, sir.
Commissioner Stady.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'm sure we all echo the sentiments of Director Cronin on Michelle's leaving.
Absolutely.
And we all are going to wish her well. But before we do that, I wanted to mention that I had a conversation with Fire Chief Wendell Rober, the new chief of the Canton Fire Department. And you can expect a letter from him this week and maybe perhaps ask to be on our agenda next week, if possible. If not, perhaps later in October. And the reason for his request, it's a very vital program. Canton operates for the county what's called a blood warming program, where if a victim in an accident is in need of blood to save their lives, Canton responds, and they've responded, as you'll see in this letter, to places like Quincy, places like Stoughton, like Randolph. Canton is called in. They have a special truck that keeps the blood warm. The problem he hinted to me at the 911 ceremony is that these warmers don't last long and they're wearing out. He needed initially $15,000. However, to a very generous benefactor, a benefactor in the town has agreed to donate 2 of the 3 warmers. So he's down to just looking for money for a 3rd warmer, which is in the ballpark of $4,000 to $5,000. And he may not need all of that. I'll keep you posted on that. I've got another source of funds that might help him out. So he would like to come in and ask us for some help, either through opera or some other funding that we could help him out. I think it's a great example of regionalization. I know funds are always tight, but this is a service he provides to all the communities, not just Canton. And I think you'd welcome Wendell to come in and at least talk to us and some of the fire teams to come in if you want.
What's the
Just give you
chief's
a heads
name?
up.
Wendell Will?
Wendell Robery. And he's new.
Wilbur.
Robery, like Robery, like a robe,
Oh,
Robery.
Wilkie.
Good person. Just give me a heads up. I think his letter might have come in today or he has
All
to
right, we'll
get it in
look
this
for it.
week, but
We'll look for it. and
see
we'll
what we
do
can
it
find something
together.
for him.
I suppose, if we saw it and thought of ways to, for A, we don't know how much is coming back. B, there's
Right.
never,
Never.
there'll always be a list.
Yeah, it's just,
Okay, okay.
thought, could put our heads together, come up with something. We may not even need all that amount, but it'd be great to see if we can help them out a little bit. Be good for the county. That's all I had. And again, Michelle, fantastic job. Great experience. We're going to miss the heck out of her, but I know she'll do well in Braintree. She's on to some great opportunities there.
Number 14, I'm sorry.
I just want to say something about Michelle too.
Sure.
if I may. I want to thank Michelle for her strong years here at the county. She did a great job and she worked hard. We all saw it in action. She worked late, she worked early, she worked weekends, and she worked really hard to do her best for the county, and she will be missed. And Brangie's getting a good one.
There you go.
And number 13, emergency topics and items the chair did not reasonably anticipate. I have none. I want to echo all that's been said about Michelle. I enjoyed working with her. Sometimes it was a baptism of fire, but it was fun. And she did a great job for the county. So we'll adjourn this meeting, wishing Michelle good wishes in her next venture at the great town of Braintree. Motion to adjourn,
I'll move, Mr. Chairman, that we adjourn at 2:28.
28 minutes. Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
All right, thank you.